Good morning, students. Let us see some numericals today. The question says, first illustration, a body executes simple harmonic motion. Body executes simple harmonic motion such that its velocity at mean position is 1 meter per second square and acceleration at extreme position is 1.57 meter per second square. Okay. uh, Velocity is meter per second, right? Now you have to calculate the amplitude and the time period. Okay, so how to go about it? So here they are saying that the velocity at the mean position. Yesterday I told you that if this is your mean position. Here velocity will be maximum. This is the topmost point. Here the velocity will be maximum, right? So they have provided you V max is equal to 1 meter per second, and acceleration at extreme position acceleration will be maximum. Okay, so A max is given to be 1.57 meter per second square. But what is A max? We have seen that it is omega square A. See, V max was A omega, isn't it? And what was A max? So A max was A omega square. So you can write A max by V max is equal to A omega square divided by A omega. So you are getting what? You are getting omega. But A max is given to be 1.57 divided by 1. So omega is equal to 1.57. Okay? But omega is equal to 2 pi by t. So 2 pi by t is equal to 1.57, or t is equal to 2 pi by 1.57. So what is this value? This value, this is 2 pi by 1.57. Now basically this is 3.14. 3.14 divided by 1.57 is what? It is 2 only, no? So this is 4 seconds. Okay, we have got the time period. What else is asked? Amplitude is asked. Alright, you can use any of the equation. You can use this equation. So omega we have calculated to be how much? Omega is 1.57. So A omega is equal to 1.57. 1 meter per second. Velocity is given as 1, no? So A omega is equal to 1, but omega is equal to 1.57. So A into 1.57 is equal to 1, or A is equal to 1 divided by 1.57. So what is this value? 0.64. The whole thing is in meters. 0.64 meters is the amplitude. Okay. Let us see the second illustration. In this, the particle is moving such that its displacement along x-axis is given by an equation: x into x minus 6 is equal to 1 minus 10 cos omega t. So you have to find amplitude, time period, and mean position. See students, whenever you see this type of question, you remember we have done one type of case where we have done this let us say 5 plus 5 cos omega t type of cases we have done in previous class. Okay, so you have to bring this into that format. Okay, so you have to convert this into this format. This we have done in the previous lectures. You can see there how we have calculated the amplitude and all that. So this equation is given as x square minus 6x is equal to 1 minus 10 cos omega t. Right? So suppose if I add 9 on both sides, what will happen? I will add 9 on both sides. I will add 9 on both sides. Why I am adding 9 on both sides? Because I want to convert this into this kind of a format. Okay? So this will become, adding 9, this will become 10 minus 10 cos omega t. Isn't it? But you have added 9 to both sides. So this will become x square minus 6x plus 9. Isn't it? So this is nothing but a square minus 2ab plus b square x minus 3 whole square is equal to, now how to convert this? How to convert this into our standard format? Just think. So this will be 10 into 1 minus cos omega t, can be written like that. So basically we have to convert this whole stuff into a single sine function. So 1 minus cos omega t. So 1 minus cos omega t means, can we use our cos 2a formula? Can we use, it is 1 minus, so can we use 1 minus 2 sine square a? Can we use this identity? So if you are going to use that, what are you going to get? Here cos omega t is there. So your 2a is cos omega t 1 minus 2 sine square a, half of this. Isn't it? So from here you are getting 1 minus cos omega t is equal to 2 sine square omega t by 2. Isn't it? So you can simply write that here. So x minus 3 whole square is equal to 10 into, so this is 1 minus cos omega t, cos 2 is equal to 1 minus 2 sine square. This is barabar. So this is 2 into sine square omega t by 2. Isn't it? 1 minus 2 sine square a. So this is converting into sine square. So by doing like this is converting into sine square. Let us not convert that into sine square. We'll do one thing. This is 10 minus 10 cos omega t, which is 10 into 1 minus cos omega t. So can we write this as 1 minus cos omega t in terms of sine omega by 2? How to write this? We have to eliminate the sine square. Because if we can eliminate the sine square, we will directly get in terms of a single sine function. So it will directly convert into our simple harmonic motion, you know. So even this is getting complicated. Look at this equation. We want to convert the right hand side in terms of sine. Squaring both sides, taking square root both sides. What are we going to get? We are going to get x minus 3. X minus 3 is equal to, this is root over 20, right? This is root 20 sine omega t by 2. So what is root 20? Root 20 is 2 root 5. Huh? Root 20 is 2 root 5. 1 minus cos omega t is 2 sine square. So this is 2 root 5, isn't it? 2 root 5 sine omega t by 2. This is what finally we have reduced this equation to this format. Now, what is the amplitude here? You compare this with our standard equation. So suppose our standard equation is x minus x0 is equal to a sine omega t. Why I have written x minus x0? See, always the mean position may not be here, I told you. The mean position can be somewhere here also. You see, the simple harmonic motion can be happening about this position. It need not be always in this position. So it is x minus x0. That means what? Mean position here is not 0, 0. It is not 0, but it is 3. So this is what is the answer for this? This is 3 centimeters, or if it is given in meters, 3 meters is the answer for the mean position. Now amplitude. Now compare these two equations. Amplitude is 2 root 5, and he has asked you the time period. So here you got omega t by 2, isn't it? So we are going to write it as omega by 2 into t, isn't it? So then it is matching. If I write this equation as omega by 2 into t, then both these equations are matching, right? So what is omega? It is 2 pi by t, or t is equal to 2 pi by omega, right? But here in the place of omega, there is omega by 2. So you have to write here by 2. Okay? Understood what I have done here? This is your standard equation, right? And this is what you have got. So here we have to find the time period. So ideally omega t should be there, but omega by 2 into t is there. Omega by 2 into t. Okay, so let us say this is our omega dash. Alright, so we are finding the time period. So, but what is time? What is time period? Time period is equal to 2 pi by omega dash, no? But omega dash is what? Omega by 2. So it is 2 will go on the upside. 2 pi by omega by 2. Okay, so you are getting what? You are getting 4 pi by omega. Okay, you are getting 4 pi by omega. That is your time period. So mean position you have calculated, amplitude and time period. Okay, so let's see the another one. Let us see one more question. Now this question has come in AIEEE 07, 13 years back. Now there is no AIEEE exam. We have only one single JEE exam. Now the question says a point mass oscillates along the x-axis according to the law. Now this is the law. X is equal to x0 cos omega t minus pi by 4. If acceleration of the particle is written as this, at a is equal to a cos omega t plus delta, then find the values. You have to find the value of a, you have to find the value of delta. See students, whenever you are doing these kind of problems, always you have to approach that you have to compare this with the standard equation. You have to compare these things with your standard equations. Now the displacement function is given as x0, x is equal to x0 into cos omega t minus pi by 4. Isn't it? Now differentiate both sides. You get dx by dt, which is velocity, is equal to x0. You are getting what? You are getting sine omega t minus pi by 4, and you will get another omega here, and cosine is minus. So we want acceleration, so differentiate once more. So it will be d square t by d square x by dt square, which is your acceleration. So here you are going to get this minus will remain minus only because this is sine. So sine becomes cosine omega t minus pi by 4, and you get another omega here. Already one omega is there, so this is becoming x omega square cos omega t minus pi by 4. Okay. Now in this question, it is in this format. There is no minus over here. So you know that minus cos theta is equal to minus cos pi minus theta, 180 minus theta, isn't it? 180 minus theta means it is in the second quadrant. All silver teacups, isn't it? So in the second quadrant, sine is positive but cosine is negative. So that's what it is, and it is 180. So cosine will remain cosine, but it becomes a negative. So minus cos theta is equal to cos pi minus theta. So here can we write this as x omega square cos. So pi minus, this becomes what? This becomes pi minus omega t minus pi by 4. Pi minus theta you can write. If you write pi minus theta, it becomes 3 pi by 4 now. Write all these functions. So this will become omega t plus 3 pi by 4. Okay? Cos omega t plus 3 pi by 4. So this can be written like this. This is our acceleration, right? So what we have to find out? We have to find out the value of delta. You can straight away compare. So delta value is 3 pi by 4. Delta value is 3 pi by 4. And what else we have to calculate? We have to calculate the amplitude. So you have to calculate the amplitude. So this is x0. So this is my x0. This is my x0. Right? So amplitude will be x0 omega square. Okay? In the original equation there was no minus. We have just removed that minus just to make it comparable. You can compare two similar things. You cannot compare two different things. Okay? So this is what it is. One more. Two particles are executing simple harmonic motion with same amplitude A and frequency omega along the x-axis. Their mean positions are separated by a distance x0. If maximum separation between them is x0 plus A, here A means amplitude, the phase difference is how much? You have to find the phase difference. Okay? And the maximum distance separating between them is given as, this question has come in mains, J mains 2011. Now it is like this, if you try to understand this, see, one particle may be oscillating here and another particle may be oscillating here. Okay? So the first particle we can write it as x1 is equal to x1 is equal to A sin omega t, and x2 is equal to, it is the distance between them is x0 equal now. So it is let us say A sin omega t plus some theta plus x0. It may be in some other phase, let us say. Okay. Now you have to find the difference of these two. Okay. Because you have in the question you are trying to find out the phase difference. So you have to take the difference of the displacements. So you can write x2 minus x1 is equal to, okay. So difference of this and this, you will get x0 plus, you can take A common, you get A sin omega t plus theta minus sin theta. See, always in most of the questions of SHM, you have to do the comparison. Comparison is the technique is going to pay you dividends all the time. So this is in the format of sin A minus sin B. So can you recollect any sin A minus sin B? What is the half angle formula? What is the half angle formula for this? So sin A minus sin B is 2 cos of A plus B by 2 sin of A minus B by 2. Okay. All your mathematics knowledge is going to be helpful over here. These are the half angles, Sin A minus sin B can be written as this. So here A is what? Omega t plus theta, and B is what? It is sin omega only, it is not sin theta. This is sin omega. This is sin omega t, isn't it? You are taking difference of these two. This is sin omega t. So B is sin omega, B is omega t. So this expression now becomes, I will write it here, x2 minus x1 is equal to x0 plus a multiplied by, start writing, 2 into cos of a plus b by 2. A plus b, you are getting what? Omega t, 2 omega t divided by 2. So this is becoming cos of omega t plus theta by 2. ये 2 omega t था, तो उसको मैंने 2 omega t divided by 2 कर दिया, omega t plus theta by 2. And next is sin a minus b. तो इसमें से इसको निकाल रहे हैं, we are deducting. So what is left with? You are left with only theta. So this becomes theta by 2. Okay? You are left with theta by 2. So can we write this expression as x0 plus, इसको हमारे फॉर्मेट में लेके आना है. हमारा फॉर्मेट क्या था? ये x0 plus a into 2 sin theta by 2. So theta is a constant thing, into cos omega t plus theta by 2. Okay, same thing I have written like this. Okay, but in the question they have given you as this difference of the displacements, you know, the mean position are separated by distance x0 if maximum separation between them is in the format of x0 plus a. What is this? This is the maximum separation between them. So this is in the format of x0 plus a. Okay? So you need to compare these two. So if you compare these two, you have to find out the phase difference. Okay? So what is the phase difference here? Let me just remove this. So just now you have got x0 plus a into 2a sin theta by 2 cos omega t plus theta by 2 is equal to x0 plus a. This is the maximum separation we have got, we have derived, and this is what is given in the question. So come, equate these two. So these two are gone. We are getting 2a sin theta by 2 cos omega t plus theta by 2 is equal to a. So a is gone. We are getting what? We are getting 2 sin theta by 2 into cos omega t plus theta by 2 is equal to 1. Isn't it? Wait a minute. In this equation, see, we write equation in which format? We write equation, let us say a cos omega t. So a cos omega t में amplitude is the a value. So here we are comparing what? We are comparing the amplitudes. So this we should not take. This we should not take. So x0 plus a, this will not be there. See, in the question what he is saying is, let us say one particle is here. This is the mean position. This is another mean position. So this particle is oscillating like this. This particle is oscillating like this. So let us say when this fellow is here, this fellow is here. So this is the maximum separation between them, isn't it? So this maximum separation is given as x0 plus a. Okay. So इसका amplitude और इसका amplitude का difference. So we have to compare the amplitudes actually. So in this expression, this portion is the amplitude portion, right? So we have to write x0 plus 2a sin theta by 2 is equal to x0 plus a. So this is the full equation actually. Okay, we should not be taking that cosine part. So these two are equal. So 2a sin theta by 2 is equal to a. So it is gone. So sin theta by 2 is equal to half. So sin theta by 2 becomes sin inverse of half, which is 30 degrees. So theta is equal to 60 degrees. Okay. Now let us see some more concepts. Now in simple harmonic motion, you are saying that acceleration is proportional to minus y, or acceleration is equal to some omega square y, right? So this is acceleration, multiply with the mass, you get force. What are you getting? You are getting omega square y. F is equal to m omega square y. That means the displacement is happening in the y direction. So this is what it is. Now, if you remember that spring analogy, I told you that spring also is a spring motion is also a type of simple harmonic motion only. Imagine there is a spring which is suspended from a ceiling, isn't it? Some mass attached to it. Where is the mean position here? The mean position is here. It is not here. Mean position means if you take the center point, it should vibrate to and fro. You should vibrate to and fro from that mean position, isn't it? So, if it is spring action, can we write F is equal to kx? We are taking only the magnitude part because it is in the y direction. You will write it as ky here. You will write it as ky. What is k here? K is the spring constant. So these two equations can be compared. I am taking only the magnitude part. Actually, you have to write minus ky here. Alright. So if you compare these two equations, what are you getting? You are getting k is equal to, the spring constant is equal to, you are getting m omega square. Isn't it? Or omega is equal to root over k by n. So you can find out the angular speed. If any question comes, you can find the angular speed. Suppose they ask you to find the time period, you know that omega is equal to 2 pi by t, which is equal to root over k by n. Isn't it? So you want t. So t will be cross multiplied. It will be 2 pi into root over m by k. Many times it is asked, so you should know these expressions, how they have come. This is the angular speed value, this is the time period value. Okay, so this is one concept. Suppose in the question it is given like this. There is a spring and a mass is attached to it, and the spring, this mass is accelerated in this direction, let us say. Okay, so how to frame the equation? So if you draw the free body diagram, it has got some mass m, so its weight will be acting downward. Alright, where is the mean position? The mean position is here. About mean position, the spring is oscillating. So while this is trying to go down, the spring is pulling it back. So the spring force is acting in this direction. How much? Just now we have seen m omega square y. If you want to let us say this is my mean position and this is my y displacement. Isn't it? Y displacement. When this y becomes maximum, that is your amplitude. Okay? But otherwise it will be oscillating like this. It will be oscillating like this. And it will be attaining its own amplitude at some point. When it attains amplitude over here, it will attain the maximum minimum amplitude also. Okay, so this is in this direction the spring force is acting, but in the question he says that the net acceleration is in this direction. Okay, it is acting on which mass? M. So you can write F net is equal to ma, which is equal to mg minus m omega square y. Okay, m omega square y. So from here you can frame the equation. F is equal to the spring, if you talk now, you can instead of writing like this, you can write, because this is some spring is given to you, then its spring constant will be given to you. So this force will be ky. Okay. The spring force will be Ky acting upwards. So this equation will become mg minus Ky. Okay. And from there you can frame the equation. You can find, you know this. You can compare these two equations. If it is a simple harmonic motion, Ky can be written as m omega square y, and all those things you can write now. I'm talking about how to frame the equations. Okay. So suppose the acceleration is this direction, you have to change the directions. Okay. If the acceleration is this direction, what will happen? Mg will act downward only, but this fellow will act downward. Okay. It is always away from the mean or towards the mean. You have to see. When you are pulling it back like this, it is expanding, right? So this spring will do what? It will try to bring it back. The spring force will act in this direction. So some more points we'll see in the next class. Okay. Okay.